Good afternoon. It's Sunday. I know it's a Sabbath and I shouldn't be working. But anyway, this is an introductory video about impromptus for speech COM 1000 section 01 and section 07, but only for pods 1. I hope that makes sense. It's me again, hoping you're enjoying your break. Although why we have a break after getting started has always been a bit confusing to me. I hope, however, that you're getting some rest after a hectic first week and that you're still practicing good health habits, washing your hands, bumping your elbows, socially distancing, and wearing your masks. Good habits for you and for the rest of the world. It occurred to me this morning as I was out on my walk that I need to do some preparatory work for you regarding impromptu speeches. I thought the best way to do this is with a brief video. I hope it'll be brief. But before getting into that, let me remind you of a couple of things. First, I have posted a new, revised, and I hope last list of the pods on Canvas. If you're still confused about where you belong, check out those lists and then go to the course calendar to figure out the days and the work you need to be doing. Second, some of you have not completed your first assignment. Remember, you were to read pages 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 on the difference between conversation and speech and write a brief response to a couple of prompts that are on the PowerPoint on Canvas. I'm extending grace given the confusion of week 1, but please do the work. It's important. Don't get behind. Keep up your grades. If you haven't done the assignment, do it, and then send me your written work as an email attachment, either as a Word doc or as a Google Doc. Thanks. It's good for you, and it's good for me. Okay. Now for the impromptus. Your next class session is Friday, September the 11th. That seems a long way away, but with all these interruptions, we'll get back into a regular schedule. This is when your impromptu speeches start. So I want to give you a heads up about that, which is the main reason I'm doing this video. Because you'll be coming back into class on the very day that we start giving these speeches. So your first upfront speech of the semester. First, if you go to Canvas and the module for 9/11, you'll find a rubric there. The rubric is the grid that I use for grading this speech. In fact, there will be a rubric for every speech in this class. And I'll make sure you have a copy, that you have access to that rubric before you give any of your speeches, so you'll know in advance how you're going to be graded. Let me suggest that you download this one. It'll be clearly marked, and review it. The rubric will tell you pretty specifically how you will be evaluated and how the points are distributed. It will give you a sense of what's expected, of what I expect. You'll receive a copy of this completed by me at the next class session, or no later than the next class session after your speech. That's how it will work pretty much for all speeches. Now here's what the syllabus says about the impromptu speech. Each student will present one 2 to 3 minute impromptu speech in response to a topic provided by the instructor on the day the speech is to be presented. A rubric will be provided, and it has a value of 20 points. Here's what will happen. You'll come to class. I'll call the name of the speaker and the speakers in an arbitrary order. I'll let you take your copy topic from the envelope. You may leave the room for 2 to 3 minutes to prepare out in the hall or in the classroom next door if it's open, or you can stay right in the room if you want. Might be easier for you to concentrate in a short period of time. You'll take that topic with you And I suggest you take along another sheet of paper with you and make a brief 2 to 3 key point outline so you don't forget what it is you want to say as you're hastily trying to be an impromptu speaker. Come back in and present your speech when called on. That's it. I'll be in the back of the room with the rubric. I'll fill that rubric out roughly, take it home with me, go over it more carefully, improve the legibility, record your points, and return the completed rubric to you no later than the last class session or via email attachment. An impromptu speech basically contains a restatement of the topic. You'll have a lead in. It'll be a question that you will answer, and that answer will be your thesis, or it'll be a sentence that you have to complete, which will be your thesis. And then you want to identify 2 to 3 quick, brief, because you only have 2 to 3 minutes, items that explain why you are using or making that thesis. It's very simple. Yes, it's nerve-wracking because you're in front of people for the first time and because you haven't seen this topic before 5 minutes before you have to talk about it. But remember, everybody's in the same boat. It's a journey. I'm confident that you'll make really good progress as each of these speeches that you give will get longer and more demanding and more consequential. If you have any further questions, please feel free to text me, 503-318-8405, or send me an email. Otherwise, see you Friday, 9/11. Have a good rest of the break.